Good morning. I think we are live. We've just finished our 6:15 and 7 a.m. sessions. Give me a hello if you are coming in. Let me know you're watching. And today's topic is sleep. That is a question I had yesterday, actually. And I know all about lack of sleep and how that can impact you. Over the last 3 years or so, having a 1 and a 3-year-old has allowed me to experience that and see some of the things that I'm going to talk about. So one of the questions I received was, why is sleep important and what to do instead? Now, just to go over how sleep impacts weight loss. Firstly, you have a part of your brain called the prefrontal cortex. This essentially allows you to make decisions based on where you want to be long term compared to, morning Donna, compared to where you want to be like now, or impulsive decisions. Like, you've got to consider every decision we make, we base on the perceived reward. So we either go for instant gratification or we look at longer term. And it's really hard and not to beat yourself up. But if you think about the option of someone saying, would you like a slice of cake with that cup of coffee you've ordered? If you think about how hard that is to use the willpower to say no to that, you know, that you get instant gratification of cake. Compare that to not having it. There's no real instant gratification. Yeah, you might say, yeah, but long term, I'm going to fit into this dress size. There's nothing like that's immediate, okay? Now, that's a hard enough decision in itself. You throw sleep, stress, tiredness in, and this dampens that part of the brain that allows you to think long term, making it even more impulsive. And on top of that, this pretty much sums up why you'll perceive food as more rewarding than it actually is when you're tired and stressed. Morning, Michelle. So I'll repeat that. You'll perceive food as more rewarding than it actually is when you're tired and stressed. So if you consider that, already you're giving yourself a chance of overeating, which if you eat more calories, you're then not going to be in a calorie deficit and might struggle to lose weight. Now, throw on top of that, there was one study, people who were sleep deprived generally ate 20% more. That's probably like similar to that. People who stay up late tend to snack more, whether that's because there's more time hours in the day, or it could be that our body does have a natural circadian rhythm drive to go to sleep at a certain time. So if you're delaying that, your body might look for some reward. You know, when I speak to people who work nights, they say like, I just snack to keep awake, you know, and I get it. I've done journeys driving in the evening and you kind of want something, coffee or food, just to keep you busy, keep your mind occupied and stay alert, if you like. So the key thing with that is thinking about, okay, already I'm giving myself a disadvantage because my prefrontal cortex is dampened down. The time I'm awake for is longer, so I've got more chance of overeating. I perceive food as more rewarding than it actually is. And this is a key point. Consider that if you perceive food as more rewarding, so you have the cake or the biscuit, are you satisfied after? Sometimes you might be, but quite often it wasn't enough, or maybe our perception of how rewarding it was off. So we think, oh, maybe I need 2 or 3 or 4 or 5. So that's where sleep kind of comes in. And if you can try and get to bed like maybe a bit earlier than you are now, that's going to be a great thing to do in terms of your snacking, you know, especially as willpower is worse in the evening, but also your ritual at night. So something I want to touch on now, and I touched on it this morning in the workout actually. One lady's having great success with after dinner. She basically draws a line under her day in terms of eating and drinking. And she says, I'm going to brush my teeth, have a bath, put my pajamas on, and I'm done with drinking and eating. She makes that decision. And just that there gives her certainty in what she's doing. If someone walks in with some food and drink, she's like, got, you know, toothpaste, taste. Hey, Leslie, in her mouth. And it just makes it a bit easier. And she's kind of like, I'm done. You know, after having a bath, I feel relaxed. It's another thing that comes in. She's feeling more relaxed now. Maybe she's de-stressed. As a result of that, she's not kind of go, responding. Maybe it could be a walk for you. And this is what I want to get at. Finding your way to de-stress, to control your environment a bit in a way that suits your lifestyle. So it might be that if all your snacking's in the evening, let's look at your meals in the day, because quite often when people snack at night a lot, their meals in the day were lacking or too small. Maybe they lack protein. Number 2, what's your routine like? Do you sit in front of the TV and kind of have food right in front of you? Could you move that 6 feet away? Little things to make your environment and make it easier so you're not relying on willpower all the time. Could you go to bed half an hour earlier? Could you have a bath, brush your teeth, and then put your pyjamas on, then say come down? You might just be in a more relaxed state. Could you go for a walk after dinner? Ring a friend. Do something for you. And this is where that self-care element comes in. So, I hope that helps. And let me know one thing you're going to kind of do from this to help your sleep. Because it is really, really important. Sometimes it's so overlooked or not talked about enough. And I think it's because we're always looking for the next best food, the next superfood, the next vegetable, the next powder that I can just put in and peel and go for it. But sleep is so, so important. There's a few other things you can do, and I'll touch on briefly now. Foods high in tryptophan might help. Bananas, poultry, turkey, beans, maybe, can help in terms of melatonin. Shutting off blue light, so phones, TVs, laptops late at night. And I will say, from personal experience, if I have a bath in an evening and it's still kind of light outside and I don't have the light on, by the end of the bath, it's like kind of dimming, the light's dimming, and I could literally just roll straight into bed and I'm out. And it's really interesting because often I could quite easily at that time, if I'm downstairs working, maybe have some yogurt or, healthy stuff, but kind of walk in the kitchen, what can I have? And it's really interesting just how much our environment influences what we do. So a bit of food for thought there. Let me know in the comments one thing that you could potentially do from that in terms of improving your sleep, which inadvertently will help improve your food intake, your control over food, relationship with food, and your results. So, hope that was helpful. Any questions, do let me know. Happy Friday, and have a good day. Speak soon.